Hello friends, I'm Dr. Dinesh Harkut. We'll take you the short tour which will cover the basics of computer network. In this video series, I will cover all the topics related to computer networks like what is computer network, what is internet, layered protocols, protocols at application layer, transport layer, network layer, link layer, issues related with network securities and various firewall. Up till now, we have covered the topics like what is computer network, what is internet. Next, we will discuss what is network edge. What are the different constituents of network edge? The computer, smartphones, and other devices connected to internet are often referred to as node or end system. They are referred to an end system because they sit at the edge of the network, at the peripheral of the network. An edge device is the network component responsible for connecting local area network to external wide area network where we can collect data from everywhere. The network edge is one or more boundaries within a network that designate who controls underlying network infrastructure equipment. In simple terms, network edge refer to the endpoints and the first half from the endpoints into the center or a core of the network. Backbone or core network then connects the various zones within the data centers and to other data centers with switches and routers. End systems are also referred to as host because they run or host application programs such as web browser program, web server program, email client program, email server program, etc. Host can either be a client or server. Edge of the networks are connected to with core or router and networks by using various access networks and physical transmission media, which may be either wired or wireless. End system or network edges are connected to core over mobile network or global ISP or regional ISP or institutional network or home network. Connections of these edge systems are either connected over a shared media or dedicated media. These medium of communications are characterized by bandwidth of that particular medium of communication. Various available choice for transmission could be a DSL, that is digital subscriber line, which is generally used for our normal telephone connection, cable TV or dial-up connection, or satellite. Residents typically obtain DSL internet access from local telephone exchange that provides its wired local phone access. Through digital subscriber line access multiplexer DSLM located at telco's office, which in turn uses existing telephone network infrastructure for further communication. Here, the same line is used to carry both voice as well as data over different frequencies, or a dedicated line from central office of the telephone service provider. Data or DSL phones line goes to internet and voice or DSL line goes to telephone net. Typical uploading and downloading speed transmission rate could be in the range of 2.5 and 24 Mbps respectively. Apart from DSL line, existing FTTH, that is fiber to home cable TV network, can also be used for connecting the edge devices to the core. Here, frequency division multiplexing can be used to transmit multiple signals in different channels simultaneously. Yet another alternative would be a hybrid fiber coaxial cable. HFC is a telecommunication industry term for a broadband network that combines optical fiber and coaxial cable used for connecting edge network to a core. In this case, we get an asymmetric speed 30 Mbps downstream transmission rate and 2 Mbps upstream transmission rate. Here, unlike DSL, that is digital subscriber line, which has a dedicated access to central office, here home shared access network of cable. Same cable is shared among different users and different frequency range has been assigned or by forming different channels. A home network or home area network is a type of computer network that facilitates communication among devices within a close vicinity of home. A home network is a group of devices such as computer, game terminals, printers, mobile devices that connect to the internet and each other. A wired network which connects devices like printer and scanners with cables. A wireless network which connects devices like tablets and e-readers without cables. As shown here, a cable DSL modem is the main interface with the outside world for all these communicating devices from the home. Router, wired or wireless, serves various communicating devices on wired and wireless media respectively. Generally on corporate and university campuses and mostly in home settings, LAN is used to connect an end system to the edge router, typically by using Ethernet switch, which typically have access speed range from 10 Mbps to 10 Gbps. Today, end systems are typically connected over Ethernet switch. Increasingly, people are accessing the internet wirelessly from laptops, smartphones, tablets, and other devices. In a wireless LAN environment, wireless users transmit or receive packets to and from an access points that in turn is connected to the wired internet. Laptops, smartphones, tablets, these devices employ the same wireless infrastructure used for cellular telephony to send receive the packets through a base station that is operated by a cellular network provider. But unlike Wi-Fi, user need only be within a few tens of kilometers as opposed to few tens of meter of the base station. Here, wireless LAN range would be within 100 feet, whereas wide area wireless access provides a range of 10 kilometers. There is also a very difference between the speed of transmission rate, which is varying from 11 Mbps to 450 Mbps in case of wireless LAN, and which varies from 1 to 10 Mbps in case of wide area wireless access. Shared wireless access networks connect end system to router through base station or access points. All the different transmission medium which we have discussed so far is typically characterized by bandwidth, that is the transmission rate over this medium. Typically, host involved in communication takes the message from application, breaks the message into a smaller chunk which is known as packets, having certain length, that is number of bits packed in the packets. These packets are then pushed over a transmission medium, that is access network, which carry it from one end to other. It is a physical property of the medium used for transmission which decides the speed with which these packets travels. The speed indicates the rate at which these packets travels over the link from one end to other. This transmission rate can also be known as link capacity or bandwidth, which will decides the delay encountered by the message from traveling from one end to other. Packet transmission delay. is nothing but time needed to transmit L bit packet into a link, where L is the number of bits in the packet and R is the transmission rate, that is R bits per second, is the overall transmission delay packet encountered while traveling from one end to other. Bandwidth is a most important parameter which will have a direct impact over the overall performance of the network. Physical media or transmission media is a communication channel that carries the information from sender to the receiver. Bit is transmitted through this media in the form of electromagnetic signals. That bit propagates between transmitter and receiver pair. As discussed earlier, transmission media are basically divided into two major categories: guided one and unguided one. In guided media, signal propagate in solid media like copper, fibers, coaxial cable, whereas in unguided media, signals are propagated freely in either radio wave, microwave, infrared, or sound signal form. Three major types of network cable used in communication systems are twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, optical fiber cable. Each of these different types of cables are suitable for different applications. Twisted pair cable was primarily developed for computer network. This cable is also known as Ethernet cable. Almost all modern LAN computer network use this cable. This cable consists of color-coded pair of insulated copper wire. Every two wires are twisted around each other to form a pair. There are usually four pairs in a single cable. Speed of transmission over this cable may vary from 100 Mbps to 1 Gbps. And in category 6 type cable, the speed may vary up to 210 Gbps. Coaxial cable contains a conductor, insulator, braiding, and sheath. Sheath covers the braiding, braiding covers the insulation, and the insulation covers the conductor. Sheath is an outer layer of a coaxial cable. It protects the cable from physical damage. Braided shield protects signal from external interference and noise. This shield is built from the same metal that is used to build core. Insulation protects the core. It also keeps the core separate from the braided shield. Since both core and braided shield use the same metal, without this layer, they will touch each other and create short circuit in the wire. Conductor carries the electromagnetic signals. Based on conductor, coaxial cable can be categorized into two types: single core coaxial cable or multi-core coaxial cable. A single core coaxial cable uses single central metal, usually a copper conductor, while in multi-core coaxial cable uses multiple thin strands of metal wires. It is generally used for broadband connection, which supports multiple channel on a cable. Fiber optic is yet another different type of media used for communication. It uses light to send the data. It reflects light from one endpoint to another. This cable consists of core, cladding, buffer, and jacket. Core is made from a thin stranded of glass or plastic that carries data over a long distance. Core is wrapped in cladding. Cladding is wrapped in buffer. The buffer is wrapped in jacket. Based on how many bits are transmitted, how many beams of lights are transmitted at a given time, There are two types of fiber optic cable. This SMF. MMF. SMF stands for single mode fiber, whereas MMF stands for multi-mode fiber. Fiber optic cable generally used where the speed is the main issue, as it supports speed in the range from 10 to 100 Gbps. And as there are very less losses associated with fiber optic, few number of repeaters are required over a large area, and the signals is very much immune to electromagnetic noise. Hence, there is a low chance of error while transmitting data through fiber optic. Radio is a transmission of signal through free space by modulation of electromagnetic waves with frequency below those of visible light. Radio technology transmission and detection of communication signal consisting of electromagnetic waves that travels through the air in straight line or by reflection from the ionosphere or from communication satellites. When an antenna is attached to electrical circuit of a computer or a wireless device, it converts the digital data into wireless signals and spread all over within its frequency range. In short, the transmission of data wirelessly is made possible by manipulating the radio waves. These waves are generated naturally by generating pulses of electricity. These radio waves can then be modified by their amplitude or frequency in order to transmit sound or data. Here, no physical media is required to for communication. This communication is bidirectional. Propagation environments affects obstruction by object or interference or reflection. Speed offered by this type of media is the range of 45 Mbps per channel. Thank you very much for listening to me till end.